Welcome back, everyone. I am so excited today to welcome Shirley Chock. The letters after her name threw me off a bit, CCWS, which stands for Certified Corporate Wellness Specialist.
That's right.
Oh.
Yes.
Very good.
And it's wonderful to have certification to reach out and touch the lives of so many people, particularly in the corporate world, with Tai Chi and related techniques.
Right.
Shirley is co-owner of the Iping Tai Chi Center, which is located in Orange, Connecticut.
That's right.
And Shirley has quite an amazing story about how she got into this particular role. But first, Jan, you were asking earlier.
Shirley,
Good
please,
question.
please tell us, and very briefly to our viewers, what Tai Chi is.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
First, I want to thank you for having me on the show. Just so thrilled to be here.
Our pleasure.
So I teach the ancient Chinese wellness practices of Tai Chi and Qigong. So let me first talk a little bit about Qigong because it's not as well known in the West, but it's much older than Tai Chi. It was developed over 2,000 years ago as a health preservation method using the idea that exercise is medicine. So you preserve your health through the practice of Qigong. Tai Chi is more well known, but it's not as old, and at its heart, in its authentic form, it's a martial art. But your opponent is not just that person that is trying to attack you. Your opponent is all of life's stresses. So when you master this art of Tai Chi,
I love that.
you have unlocked the secret to living a stress-free life.
Wow.
And a lot of research.
Is that a guarantee?
Yes,
It
no, it's
is.
scientifically proven.
It is,
Yes.
yes.
Yeah.
Sounds like we could use a little bit of both.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
just decided I'm going to live in the Iping Center. I'm moving in.
And a lot of research has now shown that stress is the root cause of many diseases.
Yes.
Illnesses,
health
yes,
problems.
I believe that.
Yes. Well, that is amazing.
So in itself, it's a preventive medicine.
Yeah, so,
Yes.
Indeed,
so
yes.
let's just clear up some preconceived notions. So many of us, when we were younger, or even now that we're older, still try to be warriors, and they do maybe the more I call it extroverted martial arts. And sometimes some of us think Tai Chi is for our grandparents, right? Or our wounded warriors who cannot be as forceful as we once were. But that's not really what both are about.
No, it's about tapping into yourself, connecting your mind with your body, connecting your body to itself. So we're not just disconnected body parts. We are one integrated unit with your mind and your body that's also connected to the forces all around us. So how do we tap into all of this, tune in, and respond in a natural way following these forces? That's what Tai Chi is all about.
Shirley, how do people with, let's say, limited capabilities? You talked about old people. That's what we thought about. I have an artificial shoulder and artificial hip, so I'm not doing the martial arts that I did 40 years ago.
Right. You listen to your own body. That's the beauty of it, is you do what you can, listen to your own body. So it's gentle, it's healing. And in Tai Chi, we don't follow that saying, no pain, no gain. If there's pain, you're doing it wrong.
Good
I
to
like
know.
that.
Good to know.
I like that.
And Shirley, before we segue into the other questions, there are other Eastern philosophies and opportunities. What makes Tai Chi and Qigong so not just more wonderful or more accessible or more holistic? Like if you're trying to get a lot of benefits all at once, because I know we've talked, and people don't realize that in one session or in one practice, you're getting a lot of things done, where maybe you'd have to do 5 other things.
So Tai Chi, first let me tell you a little bit about my practice of it. So I had 2 simultaneous careers. I had a finance career and I was teaching Tai
I
Chi.
can't imagine
And-
you with
Yeah.
a finance.
Right,
That
right.
is
Yeah.
such an oxymoron.
Yes, yeah, that's-
Finance is all stress.
Well, just two different cultures.
So I had that full-time job, and I was teaching Tai Chi, assistant director at the center, and I have 2 kids who
Smaller
are
kids,
now
yeah.
11 and 9, but at that time,
Wow.
you know, they were
Babies.
little, and so I have no time for myself. I have no time for what everybody else does, where you go to the gym for your exercise and then you go get a massage for your relaxation
nails
and then
done
go
or
do
whatever.
yoga for some other mindfulness practice. I only did Tai Chi. That was all I had time to do in this one-hour session. I have my cardio exercise, my strength training exercise, and my meditation all in one practice.
Wow.
So for me, it was very efficient. And what I learned in the practice, I could apply into my own life. So the benefits weren't just contained in the studio. It's teaching
would take
you
it with you.
tools that you use in your life to make your life better.
And all those elements sound perfect for the aging population.
Yes.
Yeah.
Over 25.
Absolutely.
26. It's
26,
me.
26.
Oh, 26 and over. Yeah. Still on your parents' insurance, yeah.
I correct myself. It does. It sounds perfect for that.
You trained for a long time.
Yes.
And I assume that your training is lifelong.
Yes.
You are always learning.
Yes.
And you have had astounding mentors along the way, but perhaps the most astounding is I Ping Cheng. And you began training with her, correct me, in back home, not here, or was it in
It
this
was
country?
here, yes.
It was in this
Yes,
country.
in Connecticut,
In
actually.
Wow.
Was
So
it?
it
So
was.
she was a pioneer. She
She
was.
was a
Wow, I'll
pioneer.
say.
Yeah.
No, she is one of the world's most renowned Chinese martial artists and Tai Chi masters. And I think it was my destiny to move up to Connecticut and discover her, who happened to be living in Connecticut.
Wow.
And that was in 2001 when I.
What got her to Connecticut?
She
Isn't that kind of crazy?
That's like Barishnikov.
married.
Like Nebraska.
she married a man who lives in Connecticut.
She married.
She married a man who lived in Connecticut. So, yeah, and so she settled. And that was, my serendipity to find her. She, if you have never met her, she is like 5'1",
Saw
barely
pictures.
100 pounds, right? And I remember the first time I saw her doing push hands with somebody who was more than twice her body weight. He was well over 200 pounds, and she controlled him like a rag doll. And
Wow.
she was relaxed as could be, barely doing anything, and he was just flying around. And I was like, I need to learn this.
This is good.
And so there are a lot of Tai Chi instructors everywhere, but there are very few true masters. And of the true masters, very, very few women. So to have her as my mentor, to teach me how to be a female, respected female leader in a completely male-dominated field, it
Right.
was just invaluable for me.
Wow.
Yeah,
What a
probably
dream come
timely
true.
with your rising career in finance, which is also a very male-dominated community.
Yeah,
too.
absolutely.
I want to bring to the audience's attention, and you were in Natural Awakenings magazine
Yes.
back in September 2019, and here's Shirley's article.
Yes.
Here's Shirley's article. I'm sure you can find that online, but congratulations on that
Thank you.
contribution.
Where do you
Thank
get
you.
Natural Awakening?
At most
Yeah.
health food stores.
Okay.
And Shirley, one of our old guests,
Yeah.
is very connected with it. Another Shirley. And we have Food Works up in Guilford. We have
Whole Foods would have
Yeah,
it.
Whole
and
Yes.
your
Foods,
local
and
places.
Trader
Hamden,
Joe's.
Time and
So that our
Season.
audience knows
Time
where
and
to
Season,
go.
Hamden.
A lot of the coffee shops will have
So-
natural
Will they?
ingredients.
Yeah.
Wonderful,
Okay.
wonderful
Okay.
articles
Yeah.
here. So congratulations on that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Let's talk about Qigong. Let's go back to that. And you just started the conversation with that. And Qigong is gentle as well?
Yes.
You know,
it
and
is.
and I was so shocked to hear that it was gentle. I happened to go to a little introductory class, and this person had my arms going like a windmill. I walked out of there saying, you know what? This is bad for my bad shoulder. So Qigong is off the
And
table
he
for
was
me.
relentless, wasn't
And it was just the energy, and I'm telling you, it was. I felt like he was using nunchucks. That's how quick it was, and my limitations were definitely not applicable to that situation.
Yeah.
But it's so different the way you described it, though.
So, it's like cuisine. You have all different types of chefs who have their own interpretations of different cuisines.
I like that.
And some chefs are just bad cooks.
Wonderful metaphor.
I
I
like
love
that.
wonderful metaphor.
some chefs stick with a very authentic cuisine.
Right.
Some chefs like fusion.
Yeah.
And that's true for these arts
Okay.
as well. And I recommend people to try different
Flavors.
flavors.
Yeah, flavors.
And you listen to your own body, you find your motivation, and you find an instructor that matches with what you're trying
What
to
do you
achieve.
consider yourself?
What's your flavor?
What's your cuisine?
So my primary directive is to get people to listen to their own bodies and to connect their mind and their bodies together, and to learn how to relax themselves and learn how to connect. Because that is the start of everything else. You can't really have the other things that you can't actually develop, martial art. Tai Chi is not slow kung fu. And there are karate schools that will teach Tai Chi like a slow karate, and that's not what it's about. You have to learn how to really feel where that tension is in your body and relax it, and have your body learn how to relax itself.
Sign me up.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm ready.
We're all going.
Can we do a group session?
Absolutely.
Yeah, she has many group
That would be
sessions.
that would be fun.
Wonderful.
I hear that awful music. I cannot believe
Oh,
we
thank
have
you
to have
so
some
much for
more.
coming,
Yeah.
Shirley.
Yeah, more to talk about.
Much more, and we're going to talk about it even in the last segment.
Yes.
So don't you leave.
Okay.
And we will be back. We are taking a break.
There you go.
Welcome back, everyone, to Got Girlfriends. If you missed the last segment, you should feel very badly.
You should feel very stressed. You should feel very stressed about it.
I hate to say it, but
But
you
we have
really
a solution.
you
We have a
missed.
solution. If you're stressed, watch it.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Go back.
Go back.
And watch that first segment. Shirley Chock, who is Tai Chi, she is Qigong, she is extraordinary. And I am wondering, I have to say, how the pounding of feet and muscles and body have gotten to be the American way in our society. I am really hard pressed to understand how jogging and spin cycling
Yeah,
and
I know.
kickboxing and all this hard pounding, heavy breathing stuff is where it's been at. It would seem to me that civilization has proven that the old medical ways of breathing and meditation
Yes,
and medicine
yes.
through
Exercise.
those techniques are so much more valuable. Right?
I mean, think of so many people, Kim. I'm sure you're right on this list too. Is when we're younger. I mean, I was an athlete. You were a
Yeah, I
dancer,
was.
and I mean, young people wreak havoc on their bodies. So when they're 40, 50, 60, et cetera,
And martial and
your
active
joints are being
I
replaced.
never
martial
wreaked
artists,
havoc on my body.
I did. I was an
And the
athlete.
answer was a rite of passage. Dislocated this, that.
Oh, that's it, and we pay for it later, with joint replacements and what have you. But I have to tell you, feeling her energy was so calming.
Yes, yes.
I mean,
Don't you wanna
she
bring her
was,
home?
oh
I
my
wish she could live
goodness.
And
Between
even
that,
for a
her and
day.
Ella Fitzgerald,
Yeah,
you're in a
there we
good
go.
place.
But you know what's nice though? What I love about Shirley is that she doesn't make it all about the art because
Right.
she's very passionate.
No.
She's dedicated her life to it, but she brings it into everyday life and shares the practical. Not just because you want to get to your skinny jeans or not because a doctor said you got to calm down, otherwise you're going on a pill. She's like, this can really help you enjoy and manage your life.
Quality of life.
quality
She's
of
bringing
life.
quality of
I
life.
also think the way she said it, it helps you connect with who you are.
Yeah.
I love that. What am I all
Isn't
about,
that
right?
great?
Right.
Isn't
It
that
helps you
great?
connect
Connect.
with who you are.
Right.
What you have to offer.
Right.
What's inside of you.
Right. Imagine just think about that. Like, imagine the quality of your choices
Right.
that you would do if you really felt connected to you,
You.
and you weren't afraid,
Right.
and you
Yeah.
just knew it was going to be the right thing.
Right.
Imagine what
Yeah.
this world
And
would
you
be
were
like.
able to go with what you
Yeah.
felt.
Right, and
Right.
trust
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah.
Yes,
Trust yourself.
yes.
Trust yourself.
I wrote down a
That's
note.
what I got from her is
Yeah.
she allows you to connect with who
She
you are.
shows you how.
Yes.
Through,
Yes.
yeah.
She is the real deal in my vocabulary, however. Me coming from corporate America, she doesn't know that much about me. We didn't, we
didn't get a
talked
chance
about
to get into
her
that.
when she and I got together. But here she is coming from such a high-powered position at Yale,
Right.
where she used Tai Chi to bolster her leadership and her ability to perform in that environment. And
Because she
she
connected
did.
with her.
And then she chose to leave.
I think Shirley went from having it all to having it all.
Having it all.
And teaching
Right.
other
Yeah.
people.
Does
She
that
went
sound
into teaching
accurate?
other people.
We
hear
had
the
it all, but
music.
now you
And
truly.
now she
To have
teaches
it all.
all of us.
We
Yes.
hear the music.
We can-
She's got to come back. She's
Yes.
got
Thank
to
you,
come back.
Shirley.
Thank you, Shirley. Thank you, viewers. Be good to those girlfriends.
Let us know what you
They
think.
don't just come and go.
No,
They
not
last
at all.
forever.